How many roads must a man walk down?
חתולים מפונקים לחיות עם אושר פינוקים וכל המותרות, ואנחנו נשארים עם חלומות, אשליות, השקפות, עיניים של נץ על הקהל, הנחש החלק, הרמומי, השועל כמוצף המבוהל, מטיף משמאל וימין, תוקפני, מהיר כמו פומה על קוקאין, רואה דרך הבוקרים.
So the beat is like, you can be, you know, there's different flows, you gotta be versatile, you gotta be able to go over, you know, a slow beat, a fast beat. You need to have content, you need to have delivery, you know, you need to have good diction, not to swallow your words, you need to have rhythm. My music was always, until this day, about, you know, what I see, what I hear, what I go through, so I can tell a story about this person or that person, and I can tell my story. My, you know, my first album is called Chapters. It's about the chapters of my life. It's about my transition from being an Israeli kid to move to Canada, and the decision to go back to Israel and what it meant. I listen, for example, as a hip-hop fan, there's a lot of very educational hip-hop and very soulful, and it's not all like gangsters and bitches and drugs and hustlers and look how much I have, but that's what makes the mainstream. You have to understand that I'm not like an African-American hip-hop artist, so I didn't have that reality. You know, Biggie Smalls, a very famous, one of the biggest hip-hop artists ever that was murdered, he says, you know, to make it out the project, you either sell crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. So a lot of these guys, these kids, the only way for them to make it out of like their ghettos was, you know, to be a successful drug dealer and you end up dead or in jail, to be an athlete, or to be a rapper. So they talk about that. So a lot of the times you see these kids that came from nothing, and when they have something, they want to show it. They want to prove to the world, look, I made it. You know, like these girls who never spoke to me, now they're all over me because, you know, because I have a little money, or I never had a car, now I'm driving a Bentley. So I can't rap about that. I can't rap about, hey, you know, I was, you know, we were 6 kids in 1 bedroom, and today I have a. That's not me. I do me. Bum, 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 bum. There's a very specific image of, you know, what Jews are, or Jewish culture, but a lot of people don't know like the broad differences within Jewish culture. You have, you know, Sephardic or Mizrahi Jewish culture. You have, you know, the North Africans, the West European, East European, New York Jewish culture, which is a culture all on its own. Through my music, I spoke, you know, a lot about me as Shai Haddad, from a Tunisian father and a Moroccan mom from North Africa. You know, a lot of my friends were Arabic. My father's fluent in Arabic. For me, it was, you know, to show the difference between the wide variety of you know, of Jewish people. You know, my 2nd or 3rd day of school, some kid was throwing pennies on me, and I couldn't really understand why he was throwing pennies at me. You know, and I remember that there was this kid next to me who was Israeli, and he said, "You're not going to tell him anything?" I said, "Tell him what? Throw $1. He's throwing pennies. Like, give me something." And he said, "He's throwing pennies because you're Jewish." I said, "Because I'm Jewish." What does that have to do with anything? He goes, "Because we're penny pickers. He was so conditioned by that stereotype.
כי אין מי ששומע, עדיף לו לא להתנגד, את זה הוא כבר יודע, אבא בו פוגע, ואמא לא יודעת, היא לא שם, היא לא רואה, ושהיא שם, היא לא שומעת. נשאר לו רק להתפלל אל השמיים, אמרו לו עוף גוזל, אבל שברו לו את הכנפיים. בכל לילה דמעות זולגות מהעיניים, אז איך יעוף גוזל אם שברו לו את הכנפיים?
Music was always a big part of my life. It was a hobby, and you know, I did it on a part-time basis. In Montreal, I worked. I have a degree in marketing, so I worked in marketing. I worked in managing projects. I work in a big marketing company, and I used to, you know, work full time, 9 to 5. From 6 to 9 I used to go to school. And after 9 I used to, you know, do the music 2-3 times a week. Go to the studio, get on some open mic, you know, stages. But we also did music like in the street, like in the park. We used to play basketball on the weekend. After the game, sit down, you know, bust a freestyle and whatever. So it was always like, especially hip hop was something that I really enjoyed doing. And you gotta be hungry, you know. A lot of like younger like artists, they ask me, you know, can you help me? Can you help me? I said, sure, I can help you. And then they call me and they're ready for some help, and I say, just work hard. And they get really upset, and I said, but that's what we did. I had a marketing strategy teacher, professor in university that said, used to use the term jigo, like garbage in, garbage out. You put garbage in, garbage is gonna come out. You can't like, there's no secret formula. If you have the talent, you put in 100% work, something's gonna come out of it, you know? With a little luck, something bigger is gonna come out of it. With the right connection, something much bigger is gonna come out of it. With some, you know, but nobody's gonna take your hand, bring you to the studio, teach you how to, nobody's gonna do that for you. You know, those days are gone. When I moved to Israel, you know, I was pretty convinced. I was under the assumption that, you know, I'm fluent in 3 languages. I speak another one so. I got years of management experience. I got a degree. I'm gonna come here, the companies are gonna knock at my door and like, please come work for us. Big surprise, and it didn't happen. So I was unemployed for a long time, and I was doing music on the side. I was DJing here and there, and kept on doing my music. And it just happened that I got like better and better, and what I did worked. And people liked it, so and I became a full-time artist. You know, my mom says, you know, God closes the door but opens the window, so that's what happened.
Creating a new image or a new concept. It's a need I have. It's an obsession. Language of icons are very powerful, immediate, strong, and aggressive.